Time is your most precious commodity, but we spend too much time, effort, and thought on stuff that actually holds us back. We also avoid a couple of things that make all the difference. More about that in a moment. Hey, Writing Pursuits authors, welcome back to the show. To those of you who are new, I want to extend a special welcome. My name is Kathrese McKee, and I'm glad you're here. This year, 2022, is racing by. As I record this, Flag Day is coming up, Father's Day is coming up, Juneteenth, which is the 19th, is coming up. Where did the time go? Y'all, time is our most precious commodity. You can't slow it down or get it back. The only thing you can do is be mindful of how you use it. Do I mean you need to be busy and hustling and all that, working 24/7, 365? No. I think that rest and rejuvenation are absolutely necessary ways to spend your time. However, there are ways authors can get, safeguard writing time and make the most of it. Some of these might surprise you. I'm especially concerned for new authors because I have personally made every one of these mistakes, much to my regret. Here are 5 things authors should quit doing. In case you're wondering, that's part of my dog. Looks like I got a tiger skin on my chair. Anyway, his name is Ticker. There we go. Let's go back to the points I'm going to try to make. I'm especially concerned for new authors because I have personally made every one of these mistakes, and I really regret it. Here are 5 things authors should quit doing. Number 1, quit comparing yourself to experienced best-selling authors. Stop comparing your beginning to someone else's middle or ending. Does that make sense? Experienced best-selling authors have been at this business for a while. Their sales tactics and writing strategies won't necessarily work for newer authors. An author with a backlist of 7 to 10 books is going to have a different, more refined set of skills than an author with 0, 2, or even 4 books. New writers need to be focused on spending the hours and writing the words to achieve mastery, on getting to the end, on seeking critique, on revising their work, and on publishing. Rinse and repeat. Also, tactics change over time, and the things your idols did when they were just getting started won't necessarily work for you. For example, I talked about whether or not authors should spend time blogging in episode 33 of the podcast. The answer isn't black and white, of course, but don't blindly follow in someone's footsteps, trying to imitate everything they did back then, including blogging. We all start at page 0. We all begin with no published work. And we can learn from experienced authors, but we need to stop comparing our results to theirs and blindly copying what they did. That's a terrible waste of time. Number 2, quit abandoning projects. Yeah, this one kind of bites. If we each had $100 for every time we stopped writing after the first 5 chapters, we could go on a nice vacation, right? I have so many abandoned projects. This is your coach speaking. It's okay to stop writing a manuscript you just can't figure out. I know it seemed promising. You liked the main character. Your world building was so great. But something just wasn't right. So you lost confidence in your idea and you decide to put it away. Here's the problem. You need to practice finishing manuscripts. So I'm going to give you a strategy to use. And you're going to think I'm crazy, but hear me out. This will make the time you wasted on a project count for something. Are you ready? Okay, skip the middle and write an ending. Any ending. Maybe it won't be the ending. Maybe it won't be a great ending. Just Brainstorm a conclusion to the story based on what you've written so far. Write a pie in the sky, happily ever after ending, or destroy your universe. Write an ending to the story as you know it. The content of the ending doesn't matter as much as getting to the end. And who says you can't write 2 or more? It's fine. Pick your own ending kind of thing. Now, put the project aside if you want. Put it carefully in an archive of potential ideas, because you never know when something's going to click about an old story idea. Getting to the end is a valuable use of time. It's a valuable experience. Stop abandoning projects and tossing them in file 13. Practice getting to the end. Number 3, quit creating your own covers. If you're a trained designer, okay, knock yourself out. Obviously, this tip doesn't apply to you. Yes, I have created a book cover on my own, and it even turned out okay. But I spent days learning the basics of Photoshop to turn out an okay cover, when I should have hired a cover designer to create a fantastic cover. Do I remember what I learned in Photoshop? No, not a bit. I can hear you saying Canva is better. It's easier, but Canva is not Illustrator or Photoshop, not by a long ways. So stop using your time this way. Just stop. Your book cover is the first thing a buyer sees, and its importance cannot be exaggerated. Readers see hundreds of covers in a single buying session, and you don't want your cover to stand out for the wrong reasons. Your cover has a fraction of a second on Amazon or on a bookshelf to be evaluated. Hoard your nickels, dimes, and dollars. Stop going to Starbucks. Do whatever you have to do to hire a good book designer and save your time for writing the next book. If you really, really cannot afford to hire someone, then I suggest buying a pre-made book cover. They're probably a lot better than you can produce on your own, and it will save you time. Number 4, quit avoiding critiques. Oops, there's another one that applies to me, but every time I got my work critiqued by someone else, it improved my writing by miles and miles. Wait, how is this going to save me time? It takes time to garner critiques. I know that. Often you need to take the time to critique someone else's work while you wait for them to critique yours. How does that save time? 2 ways. You learn from someone else's mistakes, and you get help spotting your weaknesses, so you become a better writer sooner. The trick is to be choosy about your critique partners, to find that person you can trust to tell you the truth in a way you can respect. So please don't just ask your mom to read your book, unless your mom's already an author, I guess. Ask someone else. A good critique partner will save you time, buckets of time in the long run. Your writing can improve much sooner if you seek out critique, and your work will be ready for prime time much sooner if you stop avoiding thoughtful criticism. Get out there and beat the bushes to find a partner or a small group of authors willing to swap critiques. Grow a thick skin, bite the bullet. This is a good way to use your time to save time in the end. Number 5, quit waiting to create an email list. You knew I was going to say that. I've been telling my authors to create an email list since long before this podcast and this channel got started. Neglecting to build an email list is the biggest mistake I made as a new author, and it continues to be something I regret. Make building your list a priority. And it's pretty simple. Write a short story and format it in Draft Digital. Put it on BookFunnel and create a landing page. Share your landing page link and continue to share it. And when you have just 1 subscriber, start sending out a newsletter every month. If you don't know how to communicate or what to say to your subscribers, or even if you think you do, read Tammy Labrecque's Newsletter Ninja book. Building a reader community is supposed to be fun. Don't overcomplicate it. Sign up for a free MailerLite or ConvertKit account and get started building your list. Spending time on your list is never time wasted. And when your book launches, Oh, then you'll have someone who's downloaded your short story, who has stayed on your list, and who will then know that you have a book and may go out and buy it. Every mailing list starts at zero. You must earn your readers. That's the truth. So stop waiting to create your mailing list. As I have said before, I've made all of these mistakes, all of them, and I want to help you avoid making the same mistakes. The question of the week is, what are some things you need to quit doing to succeed as an author? Or maybe what did you quit doing to help you succeed as an author? We all want to know. Thanks for watching Writing Pursuits Authors. Leave your comments and questions below. If you enjoyed this episode, please give it a thumbs up. If this is something, the kind of information you like, why not subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any episodes. Until next time, keep writing. Your first chapter is your only chance to hook a new reader, your only chance to get an agent or a publishing contract. Is your first chapter ready? Be confident. What if you had a resource to help you figure out the strengths and weaknesses of your first chapter, an objective, informative rubric to go by? Don't leave things to chance. You get one opportunity, and your first chapter needs to be irresistible. The first chapter rubric will help you identify the problem areas in your first chapter and figure out how to fix them. Get your free first chapter rubric at firstchapterrubric.com. Be ready for queries, be ready for readers, and get the results you dream about. Go to firstchapterrubric.com and get your copy today.